Yo, guys, what's up, and welcome back to the Marvelous Chats podcast. This is episode 190. Tonight on the cast is myself, Finto, and Alex, aka Zaberwolf. We're going to be talking about all the upcoming projects over the next couple of weeks and just catching up because we haven't been live in a couple of weeks. So, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and if you're watching a replay, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think. Without further ado, here we go. What's up, dude? How are you?
Hey man, doing all right. Finally getting over my sickness. How you been?
Good, man. Good. I was only saying when you popped in, you're looking nice and trim. Your beard is looking very stylish. I haven't seen it that short in years. It's cool, man. It's cool. Looking good.
I'm usually like very lazy about my beard, so I was going to try to take care of it myself, but then I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go to a barber.
Were you just getting a haircut and you were like, just do the beard as well, or you went specifically to get beard care?
Well, I texted her and I said, hey, do you have an appointment available? And she's like, what time? Because it was like already 5 o'clock or like getting close to 5 o'clock, and I said, I need a shave and a haircut or like a trim and a haircut. And
Yeah.
she's like, if it can be done in 30 minutes, I'll bring you in. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there like 10 minutes early. She's like, cool. So then she gets to work and does all that. I gave her like extra money to, for like the time being. Cause she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm just trying to fit you in. Cause I got to pick up the kids and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, so she did a pretty good job. Like
Yeah,
really
no, looks
good.
good.
The only thing is like this is days later.
Yeah. It's getting a bit
It's
stubbly
already
now.
coming back. It's already
Yeah.
coming back. So like I bought an electric shaver.
Yeah.
Like one of those is it called Philips or something like that, or Norcal or something like that? Just something to kind of like
Hmm.
clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna do that real quick before I take off.
Yeah, I do like my own beard care myself. Like I've actually never thinking about it now. I've never had somebody professionally like cut my beard or trim my facial hair at all. Like I usually just have trimmers and stuff, and I just do it myself.
Mhm.
But I recently got one that was like a kind of barber one. I saw an ad on social media and I was like, oh, this thing looks so cool. Because the dude, the way he was like, the video was like, he was just like literally like one tapping it and it was taking all the hair off and it looked bald. And I was like, I need that shit. Cause like the one that I have leaves a bit of stubble and then like it's catching on your hoodie or it's catching on a t-shirt for a couple of days and it gets itchy and all this stuff. And I'm just like, fuck this. Like I want one that looks like it's taking every single hair off. And this one, it's so easy. It's just like just real quick and it's just done,
Yeah, I
which
just
is
bought it.
sick.
I have like an old one. It's an old Norco, but I'm pretty sure it's like done
Mhm.
because like as it's going, it feels like it's like really itching the skin or like causing irritation. So I'm like, okay, maybe the blades are getting a little worn. I was trying to like kind of clean it and take care of it, but it's such a pain in
Yeah,
the ass.
it
So
is,
I was
man.
like, fuck it. Let me get a brand new one because that one I think was like in the tens. Like I'm like 2010s. I can't remember what
Mhm.
year, but like it's fucking old.
Man, the game has expanded so much in recent years. Like this new one that I have is just leaps and bounds ahead, and it's like USB-C charger and all this stuff. It's just so handy. Like it's really, really cool. Battery life's really good on it as well. I haven't even charged it since I bought it, so it's just yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Anyway, enough enough talk about beards and stuff.
No,
We
no
haven't
worries.
we haven't sat down in like I think we haven't been live in like 3 weeks now, so probably have a good bit to catch up on. But how have you been? Like, what have you been watching? Like, have you been? I'm just gonna say off the bat, I didn't get a chance to watch any of One Piece yet, the live action.
Okay.
I literally put it on and I then had to step away. I got to watch the recap of season one, and then I had to step away, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I just checked the time. I was like, "Oh man, it's like an hour long as well." I was like, "I'm not gonna get this done today." So I say by the time we sit down next, I'll probably have it all done. But I'm probably gonna have to watch it by myself as well because I had mentioned it to the missus and she was like, "Nah, I don't like that show." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. I can just watch it at my own pace now. I don't have to wait for her." So it's like it's probably a good thing, to be
Yeah,
honest.
you can
Have
watch
you
it in one pace.
what? Oh yes, sir. One pace, baby. Have you watched any of it yet? How are you liking it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much finished.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, I just kind of ran through it while I was doing work because like I really don't
Yeah.
need to like watch it per se. I just need to listen to what they're talking about and then just kind of turn my head if there's anything different that goes on.
Yeah. And like, did you like again? I suppose we may as well just go full send on this for the first topic, but how did it shape up for you? Because I know obviously your opinion matters the most to me, I suppose, on this because you're such a hardcore fan of the anime and the manga and stuff. Like is does it hold up? Like I know we were kind of shaky on the trailers and you weren't too happy with the portrayal of a couple of the characters and stuff like that, but how did they
Oh,
do?
well, actually, the casting I thought was the strongest point for this. You know, picking
Yeah.
out the different characters for or the different actors for each role. They did a lot better of a job, like setting it up so that like you're very much invested in a lot of the random characters that you run into because once you get into the grand line, like it really hits you with a lot of different people that you're going to probably get one-offs on for the time being, but they're all part of a larger organization, which essentially like fulminates into what's going to end up being the third season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that being said, that's kind of the only thing that I really thought was well done. Everything else seems to be very much kind of like it's done so differently that it just feels like it's an alternate reality or alternate universe of One Piece where the characters are very much like way powered down. There's really not much in terms of like what they can do compared to what you see in the animes. And I get that. Like it probably would take a lot of money to do certain effects, certain abilities, certain like visuals and whatnot. But when it boils down to complete change ups of storylines and reveals slash like implications early on in the show, it kind of irks me because it's almost like they don't trust that they're going to make it any farther than what they're currently at.
Gotcha.
Um, and one of the things about that, like an example, is that they decide to go to Logetown, which is I think it's like it's in my opinion, I think it's like a misspelling of the word Roguetown. Um, essentially it's like a place where executions happen, and pirates come there to restock and refuel and essentially make their way towards Reverse Mountain so that they can get into the Grand Line. And it's not terrible the way that they set it up, but like it was very much like they were speed running it. They were very much speed running it. Like it happened so fucking fast. Funny enough, they still included some items that were from filler that like kind of made it into the live action because technically they did get those items in canon. It's just the way that they got them in the anime was different. But like they changed up a lot of the design or the like the way it flows into the execution platform scene with like Luffy and Buggy, considering that like and plus they added some characters that you don't even know about that you're not supposed to know about until like 600 episodes in. Like, and by all means you can add them because they did in fact exist in that space. Like in the manga, like they will, like in the manga, it's this character named Bartolomeo, and he shows up in the later season Dressrosa, and essentially seems like he's an asshole, but he actually loves the Straw Hat Pirates, and the reason why is because he was there during the execution platform scene with Luffy, where they thought Luffy was about to die by getting beheaded, and a lightning strike hits, causing the platform to basically explode, and Luffy luckily gets out of it without so much as a scratch. And so
Yeah.
Bartolomeo saw it as a sign that he's going to be in fact the next king of the pirates. And so
Wow.
like Oh, Dressrosa's best arc. Dressrosa is an amazing arc. Like I could talk about that arc all fucking day. That it has one of the greatest villains ever. Like people talk about him all the time. He's on TikTok all the time. I'm sure you've even seen him once in a while, Finto, and you probably don't even know who he is.
Mm.
It essentially though, like Barto is like, I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. You're fucking great. In the live action, they bring him in immediately and like kind of have him connect with Luffy from the get-go, but like not really know who Luffy is, which is fine. But I thought it was really odd. It felt like kind of forced. It's like, why do you have this character here when we don't know about him until like episode, like almost nearly episode 700?
Mm.
Like, shouldn't need to be there exactly, but because they were doing the execution platform at night and that there wasn't going to be a crowd during the day, it changed the dynamic of like who was going to be there and who was going to witness what Luffy has to say and who was going to witness the near death that he experienced and why it was so impactful. And it's like, all right, fine, whatever. Like you do what you got to do. I think that they just put it at night so that when Luffy uses his powers, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
Alvida, of course, is back. You know, she ate the slip fruit, which essentially she slipped off all of her weight to become like smoother. And then she also has the ability, like that ability also allows her to bounce things off of her body because it slips on by. So her skin just lets things slip, which is kind of interesting.
Sounds freaky.
It is like she essentially can, like if she has a slope, she can slide down the slope, and as if she's got skates on, and she's like, it's fucking weird. But like we don't really
she have to do that in her bare feet, like so she could like skate around in her bare feet. Or
she literally takes off her sandals in both like the live action and the anime. Okay. The actress who played Alvida in the live action at the beginning, she actually lost a lot of weight to get to that point. So like they kept her for the role, which I thought was a really cool thing. Respect. It takes a lot to lose all that weight. She looks great. Obviously like not as slim as like, you know, the anime, but who gives a shit? All that matters is that she actually worked out and she did a fucking fantastic job, like putting herself in the role. Yeah. They gave her more screen time as opposed to like in the anime where it was mostly Buggy. Buggy kind of like doing the work. Buggy was kind of like making sure that Luffy gets captured. Buggy was the one that was essentially going to do all the talking and you know explain why Luffy needs to die essentially. They kind of flipped it around and did like a 50-50 thing where, you know, Buggy had some words, but mostly Alvida was doing a lot of the talking on why he should die. Which I thought was interesting. I thought like it doesn't necessarily stray or take anything away from it. It's just an interesting take on the design of things. And I think it's in my opinion, it's very much an Americanized thing to do, is to split the like take the source material and then split the work between more characters.
Yeah.
Which I think like I don't know how much you care about things straying from source material, but when it comes to things like this, it's not that bad, but it only gets bad when it feels like they're forcing things to happen earlier because they don't think the source material has enough weight to carry itself forward on the story.
Yeah, well, like again, my very limited knowledge and of this show and everything surrounding it, but I really feel like they have to rush it because it's live action, because they're not going to be able to make 15 seasons of it. You know, it just takes so much longer than making an anime or drawing a comic or whatever, you know. So it's like there's such a commitment. Like I think the first season came out in like 2023, right? If I'm not mistaken. And now
it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, like so it's like we're in 2026 now. So you know what I mean? The next
3 years, sorry.
Yeah, so like but it's probably about 2.5 years, I'd say. But like realistically, if we're following the same trajectory, if they're doing the third season, it's probably going to be late 28, early 29. So like, you know what I mean? Like that can't go for 10, 12, 15 seasons, whatever they need to do. So I kind of understand that they're kind of just leapfrogging past a lot of stuff. And like, you know, I gather they're going to continue to do that as well, because if you're saying that they're jumping to like 700, whereas in the first season, if I'm not mistaken. You told me they kind of made a jump to like 400 or something with like the reveal
Well,
of the grandfather or whatever.
so yeah, because like they're taking reveals from like hundreds of episodes later
Yeah.
and shoving them into the beginning of certain seasons,
Hmm.
which to me is like kind of a cop out. Like you don't really need to know about Garp like to a T until you get into the Grand Line or until like you get further towards like Enies Lobby or Water 7. Like he really isn't that important of a character until he needs to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's a higher up that doesn't need to be there. You really only need to focus on Kobe and Helmeppo like on their way or their like ascension into like a greater form, becoming better than who they originally were.
Yeah.
But
Do you,
but
do
they
you, do you think that that happens because, like you say, they don't have the confidence to know that it's going to go for 5 or 6 seasons, so like they can't hold off that reveal potentially till the end of season 3, where it would slap a lot more. Whereas like they may not maybe know we might not even make it to season 3.
right, yeah, because like I agree, and yes, I completely think that that's the case because I think even Oda was saying that like at the least he wants to get to from what it sounds like Skypiea, which is right after Alabasta. So that means season 4, probably a season 5.
Mm.
And but to get to Jaya and then like Skypiea, that in and of itself like should take an entire season. And that's going to be like one of the next major arcs after Alabasta, which that's going to take an entire season to go through, considering that Alabasta was like huge. I think it was like 60 episodes. Um, so when we get to Skypiea, I think maybe they'll be done because like once you get into after Skypiea, it gets really fucking like it gets even wackier. You get to Long Island, and you essentially run into Foxy, and then you have all these massively fucking wacky ass characters, and you're doing the Davy back fight, which is like a competition. You would have to like put a lot of effort into all of the different characters. Like you would have to have like Berg, Pickles. You'd have it's gonna get really fucky like on
Mm.
that. They might even skip that if need be. They might just say like, it happened, and then just go straight to Water 7. But like, it just I don't know. It just to me it seems like there's not enough budget to push everything that we could ever want as like diehard fans for One Piece.
Yeah.
But it's just enough for people who are, in my opinion, Disney fans who are going to be like, oh my god, it's fucking Dorian Broggy from Little Garden. Oh my god, it's Vivi. Oh my, like it's literally those kinds of things. Like, oh my god, a character I like. Oh my god, like it's me personally. I don't want that. I want it to like be a concrete story that I want to carry forward and actually like make its way to the end.
Hmm.
But like it really doesn't feel that way. It just feels like a like it went from the Lion King animated to the Lion King live action,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where it's just trying to get your money and trying to get you to go look at all this stuff, look at all the things, look at everything.
Yeah, I feel like when Disney does it, it feels like a kind of cash grab slash let's keep the IP for another 30 years. So we got to like,
Yep.
create something to revive that like contract. Like it seems business. Like it doesn't seem like they're doing it for the love of the content, where I kind of got the impression from the first season of this show. Again, I haven't seen any of the new season. The trailers seem wild to me, but if you're saying it's getting wilder again and they might like skip some of the real wackiness, like I don't know, I'd be intrigued to see it. But yeah, I don't know. Like to me, it feels like a kind of good telling of this story. But again, I have no opinion. My opinions don't matter at all. Like in this, because I haven't seen anything bar the live action really, except for like clips here and there.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like terrible or anything. It's just in like for me personally, it's really hard for me to look at it and go sure, like and go like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted.
Mhm.
For anybody that's not necessarily a fan of like the anime or the manga, they might take a look at this and go, you know what, that was really fun. That was great to watch. I had a good time and whatnot. And you know, maybe that's kind of what we're gonna get for the general audience, but for like a lot of the diehards, like I check Twitter, and a lot of them are like, I fucking hate it. I hate these
I'd say
characters.
it's a brutal place, man, for it.
Yeah,
Because again, it would be the same thing for me if it was Star Wars or something like that. Like if they were trying to like I don't know if they were trying to like somehow reboot the original movies or the prequels or something like that. Like I'm sure there would be a division of that fan base that would be shitting on every single frame of it. Like you know what I mean. So I understand that. Like I think that's kind of natural when it comes to this stuff. Like, and I'm sure we'll see negativity when they eventually get around to like rebooting the MCU and stuff like that. I'm sure there's going to be comparisons to original characters versus new ones and all this sort of stuff. And oh, this was so much better back in the day. And like, it's just that's just fan bases, man. Like there's a toxic element to every single fan base, and they always seem to shout the loudest.
absolutely. And again, like I'm not trying to shit on anyone that actually likes these episodes or likes the live action to a T. It's just, I wouldn't feel like, to me, I wouldn't want to look at a fan and like see like a diehard fan go, this is amazing. Like in my opinion, it's like, no, as a diehard fan, it's like, this doesn't feel the same. And therefore it feels so awkward to kind of get through it.
Yeah. I suppose we can only go
Again,
off our experiences, right? Like anyone who's enjoying
yeah.
this who hasn't seen the original show is probably, if they do get around to watching it and like that style of animation and that style of storytelling, they're going to be absolutely blown away. But then for some people, probably like myself, if I'm being honest, I just probably won't get around to watching that show because it's like, I just don't like that kind of art style and the reading subtitles all the time and all that sort of stuff. It's just it's not how I enjoy media. So for me, it's probably a pass, but I enjoy the version of One Piece that I get, like, so I think there's going to be a lot of people that are like that too, so what's up, Griff? How are you?
And that's why a lot of people wait for the English version, which I think it's practically caught up now. There's also the people that are just going to wait until the reboot happens because they're just going to remake the whole thing. It's going to be because you have like Full Metal Alchemist, and then you have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where Full Metal Alchemist is like it's kind of its interpretation of what the manga was, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was like, no, we're just going to do it like 1-to-1 from the manga.
That's cool.
And
like I'll probably check it out then because I feel like it's just like the first couple of seasons look at really aged and kind of hard to watch, but whereas if it's like brand new animation and I don't know, I'd feel like it'd be a easier stepping on piece for me, like to be able to like just join at that point rather than having to go back and rewatch everything from the very beginning where it just feels very aged.
yeah, and you're not alone in that. Like, I completely understand. If someone were to announce to me like, when they announce like, oh, we're going to remaster God of War.
Yeah.
We're going to redo the whole thing, 1 through 3. We're remaking the whole fucking thing.
They're
It's
doing
like,
it.
yeah,
It's
like
coming.
do you really want to play like the originals, or would you rather wait? And I would say like a new fan, like anybody who'd be interested would be like, well, I never played the originals. So instead of trying to figure out how to play the originals or like set up an emulator or do this or
Just wait.
do all this, yeah, you just wait.
Yeah.
And so like I completely understand like the viewpoint. It's like, well, I'm not invested from the get-go, so I don't really like I'm like you're not really thinking like, oh well, I can just start watching now. It's just more so like, well, let me just wait until it's redone. Let me enjoy the new thing so that I can enjoy it as a new product.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand.
Yeah. No, look, from a Star Wars point of view, again, like I can understand. I hate like kind of showing people Star Wars for the first time, and you start with like A New Hope, which came out in 1977 and was like filmed in like 1976, and you're just like, God, it's like it's hard to watch it, and like even with the
rough.
remasters and everything, it is rough, yeah, and like it's not the most pleasing movie to look at, and like you know I think newer people who know kind of what Star Wars is but have never watched it are probably like, where's all the cool space battles and where's like the lightsaber fights and stuff, and like none of that is in the first movie. So I understand it, and it's like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, even if they like rebooted the original three, I would still tell people to watch the 1977 one. It's just like you have to kind of you have to kind of like, fight through the old school vibes of the first one to get to Empire Strikes Back, to like kind of see Luke becoming a Jedi and all, and then like kind of that's just to me where the magic starts. It's just like, yeah, it's tough, man. I understand. It's just
Yeah, and
it's so daunting, man. There's just like so many episodes of the show, and it's just like so old and everything, and it's just like it's hard. It's hard.
I mean, so is Supernatural, but you know,
True, true. Yeah, the show started in like 2005. Like I've been watching that show since 2007, man. Like
the
it's almost 20
the
years. Like
the only difference between Supernatural and One Piece is the fact that they're 10 years apart from each other.
yeah, yeah.
Literally, like
Plus like 4x the amount of episodes.
true. But if you watch two series of Supernatural, you get through One Piece in its entirety.
True, true. I'm actually
It just
struggling. I'm trying to watch a couple of episodes here and there when I have some downtime. And I'm on season, like I'm about to end season 13, and like it gets a lot harder around then, especially when I've kind of when I've seen the greatness of the show and I've rewatched it a few times and I know where the good bits are and the bad bits are, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll try and like go through this. Like, and there's some great stuff, like, and that's kind of what the beauty of the show as well. Like, even in some of the poorer seasons, some of the best episodes are mixed in there. So you can't really skip it. You have to watch it all.
well,
But
and
when you're
it's worth it considering like everything kind of ties together. It's in my opinion, it has a very much One Piece style where like things from the past eventually catch up to itself and then become relevant like in a much greater form.
yeah,
Like the whole Chuck situation. That took for fucking ever. And then we get to Chuck and it's like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
when you go back and watch, because again, I will give a spoiler warning, and I won't really talk about it because I know again the show's fucking over 5 years ago or whatever. But yeah, like I've been afraid to talk to you about some things. And the Chuck thing is one thing that I was like, I was dying for you to get there so I could talk to you about that. Um, but that reveal, it becomes kind of funny the second time, because when you first get introduced to Chuck, you're like, is that actually God? The whole time, you're like, you don't really know. And I don't think that it was. I think they kind of changed the story like down the line, because I don't think it was
Mm.
originally written like that it was God the whole time sort of thing. But I think it's clever how they kind of shifted. You can kind of, the more you watch the show, you can kind of know where they make that shift and stuff. Um, but yeah, like there's some of my favorite TVs in that show. Like it's incredible. And if you don't watch Supernatural and like you don't want to commit to the whole thing, like there's lists online you can watch kind of the best episodes and stuff like that. And I think even if you dip in as like a not a big fan, like there's enjoyment in all those episodes. But I would recommend obviously getting to know the characters and falling in love with the characters, and then it just becomes so important to you.
Mm.
Oh man, I miss it. I miss it. Used to be every Thursday there would be a new episode of Supernatural on, and it was just so good, man. So good.
Well, and like I kind of called it like a long time ago with the whole Chuck situation, considering that like as we're watching it, it's like, well, if the things that he's writing are being put into play, that's a very godlike thing to do. And I'm like, he might as well be God, or he's given the power of God in the sense, like, which I thought was really interesting.
When they first bring Kevin Tran into it, does he have the? He doesn't have the same exact visions, right? Like he doesn't really, because again, that's something that you kind of don't really cop onto the first time you're watching it. I think, like, because you're kind of like, oh, another prophet, wow, great, and then like they kind of focus the Kevin story on him reading the tablets and stuff like that, and they don't really do the whole vision thing and everything. But there's times where like who's it, Donatello becomes one, and he's kind of talking to the angels and stuff like that, but they all seem to have kind of different powers or whatever, or different abilities. Like some of them could talk to the angels, some of them could just like read text, and then obviously, yeah, Chuck can see the future basically, but it's not him seeing the future, right? You find that out later.
Yeah,
But at the time, I think it definitely was. It was like he was just veering into the future. He was seeing God's plan or whatever. But then I think they changed it to the fact that he was God.
I mean, I could see it that way. I could also like definitely seems like they were essentially going to make profits a more important aspect to the show, and then just decided to drop that in altogether, because maybe it would have made things a little more difficult, considering that it would have been a similar story to the Demon Children, You know, like with Sam and the rest of the kids that were, um, you know, given demon blood. Because otherwise, like you know, creating that would be creating the whole God situation was like more of a unique story,
Yeah.
which I think, in my opinion, did a better job. Um, and kind of like it did smudge some of the things, but like not to a great degree. And it did blindside you because you don't think like that Chuck is alive in the sense like I think he's just mentioned to be gone. Which when you don't see someone die on camera, you know, usually they're not dead.
Yeah.
Um, except for Gabriel, fucking
Yeah.
asshole is always somehow making it out.
He's so funny, man. I love it. One of the episodes I just watched the other day was him fighting the real Loki, and yeah, that was kind of cool because again, it was kind of like some of it got a bit cheesy and monotonous and stuff, but then they kind of bring in some cool storylines like that, and you're like, fuck, man, the show still has it. Like they can still do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man. I absolutely love it. Speaking of other TV shows, did you get around to watching that Game of Thrones show, Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think of it? Because I like the last time we spoke, I don't think you had seen any of it yet.
I thought it was really good. I think that it was a really cool tale to tell. Obviously they did some changes here and there to make it more akin to what we usually see in Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure it just kind of keep like fits the same bill so that we don't feel like it's any like straying any further away from what we usually see, you know, at like King's Landing or, you know, at was it called Dragonstone?
Yeah.
Like where, yeah. So like having that brings in that homely feeling. You still have like the kind of like almost these down to earth characters who are like, you want to find the tournaments, and they're like, it's like, dude, like totally
Yeah.
get it. Like, you know, he's dealing with like allergies and sickness and whatnot. It's like, yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Back in the day,
that dude is a big Irish actor. And he's in one of like our biggest TV shows that we ever had called Love Hate. And like he plays this gangster in it, like he's like the kind of head of a cartel and all, but he's like this real like Dublin like scumbag gangster, like, but he in real life he's like a real posh spoken gentleman. So like everyone was kind of like, because they all knew him as this guy, his character's name was Nidge, and they knew him as this guy Nidgy or Nidge, they call him, like, and then it turned out that he started getting interviewed after the show. Like people are like, "Oh my god, he's like really posh, like he's really like well spoken and all." And then he showed up. He's actually in the MCU, so he's one of Thanos's henchmen. He's the guy who has the telekinesis powers. That's
oh,
him.
he's oh my god, he's Ebony Maw.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. So again, the only reason why I know that is because it was there was obviously articles going around when he got cast. It was like he's going to be in the MCU and he's going to be in like the next Avengers movie. And I was like, what? So I always knew who he played because of it. But yeah, he was very funny in the show. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool again to see him from that Irish show showing up in Game of Thrones as well, which is great. And then the main character, like he's the dude like who plays Duncan the Tall, not even an actor very long, and like he's from Galway. He's from like 15 minutes away from where my girlfriend was raised, like, so they all like kind of a lot of people know him around there, and he's just a normal dude. Like even now, like he just kind of like walks around Galway and he's like just chilling. People coming up to him like, "Hey man, love you, Game of Thrones." He's just real relaxed and just chill. He's like this big massive 6'5" guy. He used to play rugby like for Ireland and all, like, and then just decided, yeah, I'll just be an actor, like, and boom, look at him now. It's crazy.
Yeah, he fits the bill. He fits the bill pretty well. When you compare him to what he looks like in the books, it's like completely different.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's funny.
I think it's like I think it's supposed to be some tall, skinny dude with black, like long black hair.
Yeah, I saw some comparisons of like show versus like books and stuff for characters, like, and like even all the Targaryens all look like crazy different. And
yeah,
what were the other white haired people called in like House of the Dragon? What are they called?
Oh, you mean the Valyrian?
Valyrian, yeah, the Valyrians. Like the Valyrians are all like white, like like long white hair and like pale skin and all this sort of stuff. Like so, like the show and the mood, like the books and all look very different. You look poor. Oh, thanks,
You
man.
look poor. I
Thank you.
mean, might be my
Thanks.
complexion. I apologize. I'm getting better. I'm making money.
That's all good, bro. You got
I'm
a
so
nice
poor.
chair at a green screen.
It still makes me poor, man.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, like what did you think of like the big battles and stuff like that? Did you see my friend who was in it? Did you see that scene?
Are you talking about the fart? Was he the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that farted?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It was so stupid, bro.
I was like,
I was watching on the couch. I was watching on the
really?
couch. I was just like this, like, oh, I can't believe I was so embarrassed because I thought he was gonna have this really epic part because he didn't tell me about it. And then he had obviously when it went live, he started posting pictures then, and I was like, oh shit, he's in the show. But like I was obviously asleep and then woke up the next morning and saw all this. And I was like, oh my god, he's in this episode. So I was like dying to watch it. And then I was like, Jesus, does he actually have a big part this time? And then because like obviously the lead up to that moment is like, who in the like, who's gonna help me? I need 7 warriors. And he stands up and I was like, oh my god, is he gonna have like a real part in this? Like, because I know just from personally talking to him behind the scenes and stuff, like he's done a lot of combat training and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, like he could actually start swinging swords and stuff. Like this is really cool. Like so, and then he just farts and sits down. I was like, oh my god, I just couldn't believe it. Like it was just ridiculous. So I was actually talking to him after the fact, and I was just like, man, I can't believe you did that. Like, and he was like, man, it was like so funny. Like everyone was just loving it. Like, and he's getting so much hate online for it now, which is hilarious because the dude who he plays. The Brood of Bracken, like, is a really big character in the books, and he's like, he becomes a lord and all this sort of shit. Like, I was like, do you think they're going to expand the character? Like, could you potentially end up getting a real role down the line? Like, and he's like, I haven't seen the whole series yet, obviously, but he's like, I don't know. So that tells me that he has shot more stuff, but maybe they just haven't used it yet. And they're shooting season 2 at the moment as well. So, and I don't know. I must ask him, is he back to shoot more? Because he's usually very secretive about it because they sign NDAs and stuff like that. He's not really allowed to talk about that sort of stuff. But I'll just be like, look, quick yes or no. Are you busy with Game of Thrones at the moment? And if he says yes,
and
then
he's
I
like,
know he's back.
He's like, no,
yeah. No, not at all, not at all. Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool to see him, and it was a really good part. Yeah, it was very funny. Those battle scenes, oh man, were fucking epic.
It was really, good. Really good. Yeah, really good. I think
they shot that whole show on 40 million as well.
That's not bad. I mean, considering what you like, all you have to do is essentially just have people get in costume and attack
in a field.
each other.
Yeah. But like as well, like I was listening to somebody who was breaking it down, and they were saying like, like they used a lot of smoke machines on the day during the battle scenes and everything because they just wanted to kind of hide as much of the background as possible to make it look more intense and battleground and all that sort of stuff. And it's like cheap little tricks like that really paid off in the show. I think it worked really well.
Yeah, like setting up almost like a fog of war.
Yeah, it did. Usually you can tell when like low budget stuff do that sort of thing. You can kind of see it. It kind of smells of cheap, but they did it so well in this show that like you didn't even pick it up.
It smells of cheap. Do we look poor?
Poor? Yeah. The show is poor. The show looks poor.
The show looks poor.
Well, it was poor, but they didn't actually. It looked good,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's poor, but it felt rich.
Exactly, rich in content. Obviously, in the next couple of weeks, we have. Is it this day next week? I can't remember. Hang on, let me see. Sorry, 2 weeks. This day, 2 weeks. We will have some new episodes of Daredevil Born Again season 2. So, nice. Yeah, I'm kind of. I was very, very excited about season 1, and we know how that turned out. So I'm kind
of quick though.
I'm holding it back a bit. Like I'm not going to get too excited.
Right, and I have a quick question. What, like, am I crazy, or has there not been much marketing?
I've been seeing a little bit, not a terrible amount, and I think they're doing that on purpose now because I think they know that these shows aren't making the kind of money that they need to make to probably justify big, like 200 million marketing fucking strategies and stuff. But I saw that like Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox were on like that Hot Ones versus the other day, and I watched that like, and it was pretty good. And like I think I was only talking about this recently, actually, like just before we went live. me and my missus were kind of just chilling out a bit before the cast started, and we were watching a couple of like media interviews and stuff with Cillian Murphy about the new Peaky Blinders movie. And I was kind of, because we saw he was on like the Seth Meyers show, right? And do you remember, like, even only up to a couple of years ago, you would always see, if you booted up like YouTube or something like that, you would always see just like, you would nearly know what movies are out this week because you just see like interviews on, like, The Rock, for example. He'd be on every fucking talk show, and your feed would just be like him on Jimmy Kimmel, him on Jimmy Fallon, him on, like all the talk shows. And
Right.
like, I feel like they don't really do that anymore as much. Like, I'm starting to see actors going on podcasts to kind of promo movies and stuff like that now. Like, you'll see like Chris Hemsworth was on like Theo Vaughn and stuff like that. Like, and he was showing up in like the 100 Thieves fucking house doing like promo for his movie and stuff. So I think like the way that marketing is being done now is kind of shifting a little bit,
Hmm.
which I don't know if it's for better or for worse. Like, some of the box office performances lately have been absolutely atrocious. Like, so I think that they realize, like, look, we can't pay to have Chris Hemsworth going on every single talk show and like, his face plastered all over bus stops and on the side of buses everywhere around the world. Like, I think they just kind of know that that sort of shit doesn't really working anymore, especially with the younger crowds. So I think they're trying to tackle it in a different way. Um, but to answer your question, I have not seen, again, I live in Ireland, so sometimes we see promo and sometimes we don't. Um, but I haven't seen any promo for this. Like, I haven't seen any like posters for it anywhere, like at a bus stop or billboards around the city or anything like that. And I only saw them on Hot Ones. That was it. I haven't seen them anywhere else.
It's
Um,
so crazy, man.
it is a bit weird, yeah. And like, I just don't know if they're gonna maybe just let the content speak. I think there's a built-in fan base, especially for Marvel. Like, there's a built-in fan base anyway. Like, I would love to see like Wonder Man, for example, a show that it's kind of, if you're not like a hardcore fan, you're not going to watch that show. Do you know what I mean? Normal people, like normies, are not going to watch that show, I don't think. So are they just banking on, they want the hardcores to come in, watch that show, and then that's it? Like, that's kind of all they want from it. Um, and maybe that's good enough. I don't know what the actual like numbers, the streaming numbers for that show were. I presume the streaming numbers for this show will be a lot bigger than that, but maybe not that significant. Like, because like
Right.
they've got Jessica Jones coming back, like that's confirmed, and obviously Punisher is going to be in this series in some capacity as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's. I've been seeing a couple of like rumor posts and stuff like that about like Iron Fist and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up as well, and they kind of do a little mini like Defenders reunion on the TV show. But for the most part, I don't know. I think they're just going to let the content speak for itself, which could be a mistake or it could be great. I don't know. Like, I have, again, I'm not going to kill myself with high hopes and anticipation for it being like as good as the Netflix series. I don't think they'll ever be able to get back to how great that was.
Hmm.
Like, that was, again, just perfect storytelling, and everything was just perfectly done in a time when Marvel and the whole comic book thing was just thriving. It like was just it arrived at the perfect time. Like, it was poetry. And I just don't know if they can get back to that now in 2026. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope it's great. Um, just even listening to the two of them talking on that Hot Ones thing, like the two of them are very passionate about the show and their characters, and like they've been working together for like 12 years now or something like that. Like, the first season came out
Hmm.
in 2014, I think it was. So they've been working together and doing this shit for a long time. So I think the passion is there. The fact that they're still doing it so long later, but it just doesn't feel the same, or it didn't for the first season. And I know there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff. They had to do rewrites and stuff like that and reshoot and a lot of it. So maybe the second season, because it's now on a clear trajectory, maybe it'll be a lot better. I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like they can go. I feel like Marvel and Disney are testing the waters with how dark they can go with some of this shit. And like, I think they maybe we're testing the waters with season one to see, like, let's do some gruesome shit and see what happens, see how it's, portrayed. And I think now maybe they can just kind of do a full send, because I think they
Well, I
realize that a lot of people want it.
well, I think that's kind of odd though, considering like they should have just taken notes from the original, considering that like the original did so well.
And
And
they started the show and they didn't have the showrunners involved. They didn't have the stunt and choreography people. And they had to make that decision halfway through. Like, okay, let's get some of these original guys back. How was that not the first conversation? Like,
Right? Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
just get
You
everything going
had
back to
you
normal.
had literal goal. Let's just literally make season 4. Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are they trying to like restart it and put their own stamp on it? Like, it was perfect. The first 3 seasons, like all of it was incredible. Like, the more you go back and rewatch it as well, I know, like, I watched it live as it was coming out, like, and season 1 was incredible. Season 2, not as good as season 1, but it was definitely still good. And season 3, couple of ups and downs, but again, great. But then when you go back and rewatch it on a binge, it's fucking incredible. Like, the more you watch the show, it gets better, in my opinion, the more you watch it.
Mhm.
And yeah, like, I don't know, like, having that all those 3 seasons together, and then going, actually, you know what? We're gonna just kill Foggy in episode 1. We're gonna like get rid of Karen Page, and we're gonna bring in these new characters that nobody fucking knows or even likes, and we're just gonna like completely start again. He's not Daredevil anymore. You know, it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they had originally had it that he wouldn't even put a suit on until like the end of episode 5 or something like that. Like, and he was just gonna be, you know, a sobbing kind of beat down lawyer who lost his best friend, sort of thing, like, in just in the slumps for like half the season. And it
And
was,
we've
we've already
technically
done
already
it.
seen that.
We did
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah, they did it. They did it in season 2. They did it in season 3. Like, it's kind of part of his story, right? Like, it's always about him getting beaten down and building himself back up, like, you know, like, and it's they've been there and done it, and they did it successfully before. I just don't know why they would want to do it again. I just hope they don't try and do something like that again. Like, Jesus Christ, like, come on. Let's go full send now, like, you know. And like, from what we've seen, the trailers and the still shots coming out, like, he's got the black suit on, the double D on the chest, and it looks gritty, and you know, like, all the promos and stuff, it's all like raining blood and everything. I'm just like, okay, I think they're on the right track now. This seems like an all or nothing kind of story. Like, let's fucking go for it, you know?
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great double D's on the chest.
Oh
Love it.
yeah. Got it, bro. You got it. Yeah. Everybody loves the double D's on the chest.
Everybody.
um 2 weeks after this, again, I don't know what the schedule is for release. Are we going to get like 2 episodes or 3 episodes in the first week and then weekly after that? I don't know how they're releasing it. I doubt it'll be all at once, but I'd be shocked if it was. Maybe it like, because that's how they used to do the Netflix show, and it was great. But I get the feeling it's going to be weekly. I don't really know, but if it is weekly, then into episode 3 of the show, we'll have The Boys season 5, the finale as well, final season of The Boys. They released a couple of trailers for that over the last couple of weeks as well. Looks fucking incredible. Like, it looks so good. I'm really, really excited. Like, they've revealed in the latest trailer, I don't know if you saw it, but apparently Homelander is looking for this special first iteration of V. And they're kind of saying in the trailer, if he takes this, he will be immortal, sort of thing. Like, so they're going to try and stop him before he takes it. And again, I've never read any of the comics or anything like that, so I don't know. I'm blind to this. Like, I'm going in completely blind, but it sounds like a really cool concept. And you know, you see me wakes up like Jensen Ackles in the trailer and everything, and he's just on par, like funny again, and it just looks really cool. Like, I'm very excited, very excited. So yeah,
Did you
we're gonna have.
see
Go ahead.
did you see Misha like posted us like a picture of him like holding Dean by the neck, and then another
Yeah, yeah.
picture of like
Dean holding him by the neck or whatever. They kind of, it's a reversal of the role in Supernatural or whatever. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because there's a scene in the show where like Misha and Jared are kind of in tracksuits or whatever, and then Homelander's like holding Misha up by the throat. Like, so yeah, I wonder what that's all going to be about. I'm curious because I had heard a rumor a long time ago that they were going to be playing Sam Dean and Castiel in the show.
Mhm.
So I was like, how does that make sense? How is that going to work? And is it going to be like a dream sequence, or is it going to be like somebody watching TV and like they show the TV and it's like a scene from an unseen episode of the show or something like that? Like, I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know how that works, but I presume it'll make sense when we see it. But I hope that like Sam has an actual role in the show and not just like this throwaway tiny cameo in like 5 minutes of one episode. Like, I'd like to see him hopefully more in it, because they've definitely built it up that he's in the show a lot um over the last like 2 years, you know what I mean? So I would hope it's not just a little throwaway cameo and that's it. I think Misha's might be, but I hope that Jared has more of a role, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from what we've seen, it feels a lot like they're gonna keep Jared alive for maybe a few episodes.
Mhm.
Um, and I really hope Misha gets like one or two. Like he's going to be in one at least, but I'm hoping like two at the most.
Yeah.
Um,
I would not be surprised if Misha's in the show for like 3 minutes. Like if he
yeah,
shows up and then like and then like Jared just like chokes him out and kills him or something, or like puts a fist through his chest and he's just gone. Like that would not surprise me because it kind of felt like when Jared got signed, it was more of a big deal. And then it's like, oh, Misha's coming too. You know, it's like, and they're doing like the
mhm,
full reunion. I kind of feel like it's going to be just a tiny cameo for Misha, but it's going to be a bigger part for Jared, I think.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But I could
I
be,
can't
I could be
remember.
wrong. I could be wrong. It could just be 2 minutes for both of them. They could both die at the exact same time. I have no idea.
I can't remember. Is Bobby Singer alive or dead in the show?
I can't remember.
Because he was.
He
I can't.
becomes the president, right? And then isn't he getting like there's a like a target on his back from Newman or whatever? Isn't that a kind of story? I can't really remember. Again, I've
Well,
only
and then
seen
there was the
I've only
shifters,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I thought was a really cool nod to like
Exactly.
Supernatural. Because I,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was
yeah,
cool. I know straight away I was like, shifters, eh? I was like, oh, interesting. So Kripke's like bringing across the shifters to this show now as well. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I'd say the boys are going to go on a hunt in this show too.
it'll be nice. It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
it would. I love it. I love it. Um, did you see the trailer for the Lanterns TV show?
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but it just, I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a weird, like it's going to feel CW to me, in my opinion.
I've seen, I've made like I have one opinion of the show, and I've seen other opinions as well. Um, I think I a lot of people I see complaining online saying like, it doesn't feel like lanterns at all. Lanterns are meant to be intergalactic and it's they're literally, alien and it's all about power and imagination and see like not to say CGI but like 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 magical fucking shit like basically, right? And this show feels like extremely rooted in reality. It looks like a season of um like a cop show or something like
Smallville.
that. Like, yeah, I think it looks like a kind of gritty fucking what was that show? True Detective. Like a kind of you get the vibe like True Detective vibes for me, I find.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so like but for me, I'm kind of like that sounds refreshing in my opinion because it's kind of like do we need another Lantern thing where it's going to potentially fail? Like, because obviously Lantern has a bad rep to his name with the Reynolds movie, and then also on top of that, he is like, what's his name? Nathan Fillion's version of him, like the Guy Garner version, was kind of cheesy and stuff. I think it worked in the movie. I think it was fine. And like, when he's like doing the projections and he's like flipping tanks with middle fingers and stuff like that, like I think it's goofy and all. Whereas this just feels like it's doing a complete 180 and it's real serious, real grounded. And it's like, again, from what we've seen, he's like trying to train up John Stewart or whatever. And he's like, you'll get the ring when you're ready and all that sort of stuff. And I think maybe that will only be for like the first two episodes and then they go kind of full blown with it. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think what we're seeing is very early stages of the show, and then I think it will get a lot more Green Lantern as we go on. But it could just be completely grounded, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I suppose we just need to see it.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I don't like the term grounded for lanterns is the fact that you fly
Of
as a
course,
Green
like
Lantern.
you know what I mean though when I say grounded. Like I'm talking about like Earth based, like not really. Like I can't imagine we're going to be seeing like alien versions of um like we're going to be seeing like alien lanterns showing up on Earth and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to get there. I
Why
think it's going
not?
to literally. Well, I just that's the vibe I get off the show from what we've seen so far. Okay, what's up? How are you? Um, I just feel like it's going to be just the two human lanterns.
Gotcha.
Maybe for season one, like maybe they do a thing where some of the Lantern Corps show up to Earth at the end of the first season or something like that, and we get kind of,
Mhm.
you know, the way they ended the first season of Peacemaker, where like the Justice League show up at the very end. I kind of feel like they might do something like that, where it's like, you know, we might see a couple of alien lanterns show up at the very last minute, like.
But that's
And it's
that's
not
such a
that's
cop
not
out.
it is, yeah, it is. But I think if the show is written well, I love your man Kyle Chandler. I think he's a great actor. The dude who's playing John Stewart is a very good actor as well.
Mhm.
So I think the two of them just playing off each other on an Earth setting as a kind of, you know, the new guy training the new guy getting trained by the vet. I think that could really work. And then maybe season two we go off into space. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell.
Hmm. I mean, I could see that, but honestly, I think that we're undermining the idea behind the lanterns not going to space, because like that's the whole point, is that they go to Oa and they end up like learning about the core and learning how to train as a lantern and learning about the will, like the power of wills, and then essentially running into Sinestro, and depending on how that turns out, maybe the Sinestro core are involved. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like it doing it just on Earth is a huge downgrade. I feel like it's just going to it's going to save money. That's all I'm thinking, is that it's just going to save a ton of money for them because they don't know what to do with Green Lantern. And
Yeah.
because they think that it's completely smudged due to Ryan Reynolds like portrayal. In my opinion, it wasn't Ryan Reynolds that ruined the fucking movie. It was the fucking story. It
Yeah,
was 100% the story. Like that
I
story
think he was a good
sucked
Hal Jordan.
ass. He was a good Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it just like I don't know why they did Hammond that way. I don't know why they made Parallax that way. I don't know why they decided to make Smoke Monsters. And they did the same thing for the Fantastic Four.
Hmm. Yeah, it just didn't work. Didn't work. Sinestro in that movie was fantastic. Mark Strong as Sinestro was incredible.
Yeah, those like all the characters. Like fuck, what's his name? It's not. Is it Korg? Korg or Porg? I can't remember his fucking name. He looks like kind of like a pig.
Oh yeah. He's the one who
Like
does like the initial training with Hal when he gets to or whatever.
yeah, which is great. Like that was a great scene.
It was. I agree.
But like and of course the CG is going to look like shit because like obviously he can't, like it's a fucking suit of art, like it's a suit made out of the fucking lantern's power. What do you expect?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what else did you want?
I didn't think it looked that bad, honestly, either. Like, you know, I
Oh,
think the movie
it
just
didn't.
gets so much fucking shit. And I only rewatched it there about maybe 5 years ago, and I didn't like what's the main villain's name?
Hector Hammond.
Yeah, I didn't like him. I like the
It was
actor. He's a great actor, but it was
great
just
actor.
great actor.
They made
Weird
him
portrayal.
fucking scream bloody murder for like 5 to 10 minutes.
It was weird. It was a weird take on the whole thing. I'd say it was very hard for him to act that as well. But yeah, I feel sorry for him because like he just kind of became a bit of a laughing stock with that role. But he's a great actor.
He's so good.
Yeah,
And they gave him that. It's like,
I know.
why?
Yeah, I know. What was that show he was in recently? He was in a show where he played a lawyer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
I can't think of the show, but oh man, it was a great show as well. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of the show. Um,
He
It
I
was the one with
can't rem-
the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, wasn't it? Jake Gyllenhaal was the main character in it.
I think I know what
And
you're talking about. I just
it
can't
was like
remember.
he murdered his mistress or something. And your man was like the main he was the main he was like the main attorney got putting him away. It was fucking brilliant, man. I can't think of the name of it right now. Show with Jake
It did-
Gyllenhaal. Google it, everybody. You'll find it easily. But it was
I'll
a
find
Netflix
it.
show, I
They'll let us know in the comments.
think. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. Look, yeah, I think and like the way they could do that show, they could do like the first two episodes or something could be, you know, Hal Jordan in his prime or whatever, and then it kind of shoots to the current time where he's kind of maybe trying to retire, and then the next human lantern is picked, and Hal is chosen to train him basically, and then we kind of jump into a kind of buddy cop kind of scenario where they're on Earth, but like it does seem crazy grounded, like in the trailer where they're going into like the church or whatever, and it's like they're talking to the sheriff, they're trying to like solve a crime in some small town or something. I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like these are like galactic space cops. Like that's their literal
Right.
job. Like
And
and it's
and
like
like
they're gonna solve like some like murder in some shitty like one horse town. It's
and
I'm
to
hoping
be
it works,
fair,
man, but it does seem kind of crazy.
right. And to be fair, like it's fine because like that's where Hal Jordan resides. Like he's a human Green Lantern, so he's in that quadrant or in that like area to protect the world or the galaxy in the sense.
Mhm.
He's like supposed to be a guardian of that area. So like it makes sense that he would go out and about and maybe do like some jobs like outside of the planet, but like if he's got jobs to do in the planet, I'm also for that. But I don't need it to be I don't need it to be, oh, my ring is dead because I haven't been to O in fucking like 30 years or something and it's powered down and I don't know how to get the fuck back and it's just
Well,
gonna
he does fly in the show. There is a shot in the trailer of him flying. So
which
the ring still has to have some power. And then you see a lantern in the show as well. I think John Stewart's carrying a lantern at some point. So
right.
if the story is that like he's been retired for so long that the ring is useless, it obviously gets charged back up at some point somehow because he's flying, and we actually physically see a lantern. Like the lantern actually looks really cool. The shot of it looks really cool.
Honestly, I think the best way to explain it is that like someone from the Corps brings him a lantern that's fully charged so that he could just charge it at home.
I don't
So
know.
they deliver it to him.
Hal, you left your lantern in your apartment. I know. Here, we just want
Why
to
didn't you why didn't you plug in your ring so you could charge it overnight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, I'll hold my judgment until we see it. Of course, give it
Yeah.
a fair shake. What else am I watching? I got to go see the Peaky Blinders movie. I went to see it on Sunday, and there's like only a select theaters are showing it a week before it came out on Netflix. So I don't know if you're a fan of Peaky Blinders at all. But if you're a fan
I,
of the show, because people have been asking because a lot of people are waiting for it to release on Netflix. I think it's out on Friday. But I saw it on the big screen. It was fucking fantastic. If you're a fan of the show, you're gonna love the movie. I think it's a clear kind of progression of the TV show, and it just works so well. And it's a perfect kind of send off to the whole franchise. Like it's perfect.
I've been wanting to watch that. I've been wanting to
Very good.
watch Peaky Blinders and Fargo.
I would highly recommend Peaky Blinders. So, funnily enough, when the show first came out, obviously, here in Ireland, everyone's like, "Oh, Cillian Murphy's like one of our best actors." It's like, he's got a new TV show out, and it's called Peaky Blinders. And I remember at the time, I threw on episode 1, but I was with a friend of mine, and the two of us were hungover after being like out the night before, and we were kind of
Mhm.
watching it, but not really kind of paying attention and kind of feeling like shit. And then we turned it off, and I got that bad kind of taste in my mouth first time, and then I didn't return to it for years. And my missus, back when we started going out, like she was kind of like, "Oh, do you watch Peaky Blinders?" I was like, "I tried to watch the first episode, couldn't get into it, never went back to it." And she's like, "Oh, you have to watch it; it's brilliant." And I think the show was on like season 3 at the time, maybe season 4,
Mhm.
and we started. Then I caught up, and then we watched the end of it live together, and then obviously we went to see the movie there on Sunday. So I highly recommend. It is very good. Cillian Murphy's fantastic in it. It's shot really well. It's like set in like the 1920s in Birmingham in the UK, and there are all these like settled travelers who are basically a gang, and I think it's based on a true gang. Like it's all like kind of based on real history, but exaggerated, obviously. But very, very good, very well shot, very well acted. And there's some really good actors in it, like Sam Neill's in the first season, and Adrian Brody shows up. Tom Hardy's in it. Cillian Murphy, obviously, the movie. Barry Keoghan is like a grown-up version of one of his children and stuff. Like it's cool. Like they get a lot of people in. Like it's a very well done show, and soundtrack's really cool. And it's really good. It's really good.
Is
I highly recommend.
Is Peaky Blinders where Barry Keoghan got his break, or
No, no. So he was only just in the movie, like the newest one, so he'd never been in it before.
okay?
Um Barry got his like breakout on an Irish TV show, that exact same one that I brought up earlier called Love Hate. He was a little young pug in that show. He was only like 16 or something,
Mhm.
and he's like just this little hitman, and basically he gets hired to kill one of the main characters in the show, and everyone hated him so much, like because he killed a beloved character in the show, but he was just like a little like kind of like gun for hire in the show. But there's a scene in the show where he gets this like machine gun and he shoots a cat, and for years everyone hated him.
Oh,
Everyone hated him because it was
it
like,
is.
oh, you're that scumbag who shot that cat. Like they they treated him as if he actually shot a cat. Like it was so funny, man. But like for
People
years
just
I
don't
hated him.
forgive
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know. It was gruesome, man. It was gruesome, but it just showed how twisted the little character was, that he would just like shoot a random cat for no reason, like just to try and be cool in front of his friends because he had a gun. Because again, like in Ireland, like it's rare that people have guns, like So, he was trying to act like a little hard man, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to show you how this gun works," and he just shoots a cat that's running around on the street or whatever. But everyone hated him for years after that. And then he started getting roles. I think he was in that Dunkirk movie, so he got that Chris Nolan movie,
Oh
and
yeah.
then obviously he got his role in the MCU. Then he showed up on DC, and he's just blown up since then. Like so, yeah, fair play to him. Like he's doing really well. And what's kind of funny is the character that he plays in Peaky Blinders is very similar to his actual upbringing. Like because it doesn't really ruin the story or anything, but basically Cillian Murphy's character in the show, between the show and the movie, there's like a 15-year time jump. So from the last episode of
Mhm.
the show to the movie, there's 15 years missing. And in that time, Cillian Murphy's character's just disappeared. And then his son has kind of grown up without any parents and basically taken over the Peaky Blinders. And he's like the head of the gang now. And that's kind of very similar to how Barry actually grew up. Like he was like bouncing around foster care for his entire life. Like I don't think he really had any knowledge of his real parents or anything like that. Like so he kind of plays a character very similar to his own upbringing, which I thought was kind of cool and very
Oh
sad at
yeah.
the same time. But yeah, very, very, very good movie. I'd give it a solid like 9 out of 10. Like it was fucking fantastic. Really enjoyed
What was the
it.
downside for the 1 point off?
Nothing's ever a 10. I can never give anything a true like 10 out of 10. Like I think stuff gets close and you can kind of say, oh, that's a 10 out of 10. But I don't think anything's really a 10 out of 10. I don't know. Like there
Oh,
was there was a few things that weren't like perfect. But yeah, I can't really complain.
well, I guess like I just want to know like what I want to know like what was the little things that you kind of noticed?
Um, some of the acting in it was a little off-putting. I didn't like how they
Mhm.
kind of dealt with one or two of the characters in the show. Like some of they kind of killed some people off screen and stuff, and didn't really mention as to why or how or um. And then I think they recast a couple of people from the original show as well into the movie and stuff, and didn't
Oh,
really explain it too well and stuff. Like so, other like again, everyone who was in the movie performed brilliantly. Like
mhm.
I think it was really well done, but it like not as I say, nothing is perfect. It was
Right.
it was
But,
very good. It was very good.
but that's like I just wanted I wanted to peek in. I wanted
Yeah,
to see like
yeah,
what
yeah,
you consider to be like a knock like a knock on the point system.
yeah,
Because like some people just go about it and they're like I give it a 9 out of 10. Like you could IGN it and be like I gave it a 7 out of 10 even though I thought it was beautiful. Like
yeah. Like I think some people are a little too specific. Like like someone might give it a 7 out of 10, and it's like I didn't like the lighting that they used in the pub scene or so. You know what I mean? It's just like what like what are you talking about here? But yeah, like I don't know. I can't really give anything a proper 10 out of 10. I don't think. Like even like my favorite movies ever. Like I don't think any movie is actually like perfect. Like even
right.
like things that I would consider to be like my favorite movies and perfect in my opinion, like Interstellar, for example, is like probably my favorite movie ever. That has an 8.7. With like 2.5 million votes. Like I would probably consider that as close as you can get to a 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
Mm.
But other people might see that movie and go, 7 out of 10. I don't really understand it. Whatever. It was kind of cool, but like you got to look at it like for what it is, like, and break it
Well,
down into story, acting, everything, score. Like if you're going to properly give it a rating, like.
Well, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, like I didn't give it a very high score for Interstellar. I liked the story. I think that the time it took to tell the story, in my opinion, was like very like too long. In my opinion, I think it could have been a little bit shorter.
Hmm.
Um, I think that some of like I think that Matt Damon's like madness situation was like really fucking cool. I really enjoyed like a lot of the details that they had, and a lot of the scientific background of it, and how like accurate it was, and how like a lot of scientists were like, yeah, that's kind of as close to accurate as possible, like in a movie.
They teach
Um,
it. Apparently, they teach it in universities because the science is so correct, which is crazy.
which
And
it's
that kind
a
of, to me, solidifies it as one of the greatest movies of all time because it is so technically, correct,
mhm.
And I only recently watched it in IMAX on the big screen, like, and I felt like I was watching it again for the first time. So, like, again, to me, the magic is just there. It just hits it on every single note for me. Like it's
Mhm.
insane. And I just looked up the runtime because I've never even thought about the runtime of the movie before, and it is just shy of 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 49 minutes long. Again, because it's probably my favorite movie, I just devour every minute of it, and I just love it. And I've never look at the watch or the clock ever. But I understand if it's not really your thing, and you're going, Jesus, this thing's nearly 3 hours long. What the fuck? Like, could have shaved a half an hour off here. I've never thought that myself, but I respect your opinion, of course. Have you seen
There's
Inception? Have you seen Inception?
I think I've only seen bits and pieces. I thought I watched it, but then I looked at it again and I was like, nope.
You have to watch Inception, please. Anybody who's listening to this, because I get like, I brought this up on Discord a while ago, and I think I was talking about it on my gaming stream, like maybe a couple of months ago, and half the chat hadn't seen it, and I was blown away. I was like, how have people not seen this? I thought this was like a generational movie that everybody watched. Like, I thought this was like, this is a movie that you have to see. Like, and again, I only watched it again the other night. Like, me and myself and her were watching a movie on Saturday, and I kind of like to watch a movie when I have a night off because I'm just like, I feel like I can't watch movies during the week because I don't have enough time. So like, we might watch an episode of the show here, or maybe two episodes, and we kind of split up viewing and put it on a Saturday night. For example, I'm not streaming, I'm not doing podcasts, I'm not doing anything. I try and properly switch off. So that's a night where I'm kind of like, I want to watch a movie. Like, I want to commit to like a full like film, and I want to
Mhm.
put my phone away, and I want to switch off and just watch a film because I love cinema. And she was like, "Can we watch Inception?" And we had only watched Inception like 6 months before, but she fell asleep because she was really tired at the time. And I said, "We only watched it." And she's like, "No, no, we didn't." And I was like, "We did, but you fell asleep." And literally, we're about 20 minutes into the movie again. I'm watching it again with her, and she falls asleep again. And I'm just like, "For fuck's sake!" And then I was like, "Do you want me to put something else on?" And she's like, "No, no, no, I'm gonna stay awake." Falls asleep again. I was like, "Okay, look, just forget it." But the movie's so good that I sat there and watched the whole thing again because it's just amazing. But the reason why I asked if you'd seen it or not, because the IMDb rating for that movie is actually 1 point higher. So it's 8.8 instead of 8.7. I would never consider Inception better than Interstellar, but obviously a lot of people do because it has a higher rating. But yeah,
Well,
please,
it's
please,
re-
please sit down and watch that full movie because
it,
it's a mind fuck. It's spectacular. Like, the cast is through the roof. The story is just so clever. It's so intelligent. The more you watch it, the more you see, and it's just mind bending. Like, literally, it's fucking genius. And to think that Christopher Nolan did The Dark Knight in 2008 and literally went and made this movie straight after, and then this came out, and then after he went and made Batman 3, and again, just like boom, 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 like the whole like Nolan Batman trilogy, this in the middle, and then after that, and then after Batman, he goes and does Interstellar. Like, it's one of the most generational runs for a director I've ever seen. Like, it's just absolute smash after smash. And like, yourself, like, rating movies can be difficult, and like, I think like a good, like, what I would consider to be a good movie a lot of the time could be sitting on like a 6.8, 7.5 on IMDb. Like, movies are so hard to kind of get up into the 8 and 9s because they're so critiqued.
mhm.
Christopher Nolan went on a run where he didn't have a movie less than an 8 for fucking 20 years or something. It was crazy. Like, this dude was just putting out banger after banger, like some of the best movies ever made. And yeah, like, just Inception is just, it's incredible. And the more you watch it, the more you realize. Again, I don't really want to talk about it. We can talk about it again on another episode if you do sit down and watch it. But it's just I even just my last viewing of it, I'm kind of like I spotted something that I didn't really pay attention to like the first 7 times I watched it, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my god, just even that little small detail changes the rest of the movie for me. You know, it's fucking brilliant, so good.
Gotcha. I mean, like, it's really hard to, in my opinion, it's really hard to compare the acting prowess of like Leonardo DiCaprio to Matthew McConaughey. As much as like I like Matthew McConaughey a lot, I think he's a great actor. Um, but his style of acting, you know, especially for the role that he did, was it was perfect. It was a perfect role. Like he, as an actor, like he did a really good job. Basically playing like a very smart. Was he a farmhand at some point, or did he just live like in a farm area? I can't remember.
So he was an astronaut and
Yes.
he worked for NASA, but then the world goes to such shit that everyone kind of had to drop their careers and farm to try and save
Right.
humanity. So he was like growing corn and he was a farmer, but he never wanted to be a farmer. So in
Gotcha.
the movie,
Okay.
he's trying to, do you remember where they're chasing the drone at the start of the movie?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that was what he used to do. He used to kind of get all this military tech and he'd break it apart and he'd start to turn harvesters into robots and shit like that. And he'd be wanting to build up like robots and AI and shit for all of the other farmers because he never wanted to be a farmer, but he knew he had to, you know? Um, yeah. So like that was kind of where he was. And then obviously the opportunity to go back into NASA, like he can't really turn it down, and that's the whole thing. Like, and then he goes on the mission to save humanity. It's incredible. That first scene where he comes out when they come off Miller's planet and he realizes he's lost 23 years and he's going through the tapes. That's like the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Mhm.
like just as a parent as well, like you're just like, oh my god, like missing your whole like 20 years of your child's life is just mental. Man, I just can't even fucking think about it. Like
No, I totally get that. I
insane,
mean,
insane.
I can't
It's,
I can't relate, but I totally understand the feeling of like losing time with your loved ones.
oh man, like just at the blink of an eye. Like I always see like there's always there's always like every year they do like a meme where it's like in Interstellar, like they've been on Miller's planet for an hour now. Because like since the release of the movie, it's been like what, like 12 years now. And it's like one
Mhm.
hour has passed on Miller's planet, like somebody's doing the calculations. It's just so fucking funny, man. Because like that's what it's like, like, and I presume when we get to 23 years, like everyone will be on social media going, it's been 23 years since they landed on Miller's planet, like real time, for us on Earth.
Oh,
So funny, man.
absolutely.
It's so clever, man. I just love it so much. What a film. What a film. Dan, I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate anybody who's been lurking and listening to us live. Um, if you're checking us out on a replay as well, like make sure you drop us a comment below, let us know what you think, and leave a like on the video, all that beautiful stuff. We're actually live on Twitch as well. I don't think there's anybody watching it over there, but yeah, I just click the button, we go live everywhere. It's great.
Mhm.
Um, do you have anything you want to bring up? I know you were saying you have to kind of shoot off earlier today, but do you have anything you want to bring up? Anything you're watching that you
Um,
want to recommend to people?
Anything that I'm watching currently?
Yeah, or like
I
you've seen any
mean,
movies lately or anything like that?
oh man, I went to go see Goat.
Well, I don't even
Have you
know what
seen
that
it
is.
yet?
No. Goat.
Yep, it's from the people who made Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh shit. Okay. I haven't even
Yeah.
heard of it, man.
Oh, check it out, dude. It's actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It's you could take your kid to it. It's literally a kid's movie.
It's an anime. Okay,
Um,
cool.
um, and it's in the same style as the people who did Into the Spider-Verse as well. And
Say
um,
less.
it it just follows the story of literally a kid who's a goat who wants to be the best. I think it's called rollerball or roarball. I can't remember what the name of the sport was, but basically it's basketball.
Okay.
He wants to be like the best player, um, or he wants to join the Thorns, which are which are his like hometown team.
Gotcha.
But he's too small because he's a goat. Like most players are predators.
Yeah.
So he wants to go as essentially the prey in the sense like he's but he's got this knowledge and know-how, and he's got his goat eyes kind of sense where he could see everything that's going on. Which in my opinion, they should have done that a little bit more in the movie. I think that would have been kind of cool to have more of the eyesight kind of situation, but I think it worked out really well. Like, you get to see like his idol is basically a Black Panther.
Cool.
And she's like really like she's a really strong player, but she's getting old, and so she's kind of dealing with the fact that she's like an old player and that they want her to move on because the Thorns have never won a trophy before, and she wants to get at least one trophy before retiring. And that's where the kid comes in.
Mhm.
And it's really fun. Like, you should check it out. All the characters are pretty interesting. Funny enough, there's only one fart joke, which I really thought they were gonna get through the entire movie without doing a fart joke, and they did one, and I'm like, fuck.
Kids love fart jokes, man.
It's
Like,
it
my daughter like cracks up anytime a fart happens anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? If her brother farts, she's like crying laughing for 10 minutes. Like, honestly, like, kids just love farts. It's just
and I
it's the go-to, you know?
and I totally get that. I'm 100% with you. Like, a good fart joke is great. I was just hoping, I'm like, is this going to be one of the first kids like style
Yeah.
movies where like there's no fart joke whatsoever?
I
Oh,
was I
and
wa- I've been watching a lot of like Moana and stuff again with my daughter because she's obsessed with it. No fart jokes in Moana.
I know, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
example.
great movie, man.
Great movie, no
Great
fart
movie.
jokes.
There's a live action version coming out in the summer. It's going to be our first trip bringing her to the big screen. We're going to go see Moana the live action. I'm excited
You know,
about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen the movie so many times now that like I want to see how they adapt it into live action. I want to see The Rock as Maui and stuff like, and I want to actually like see how they do it, you know. So I'm actually, yeah, I'm secretly a little excited to go see this movie.
well, and, like, I'm excited for you, man, because like I really think that, you know, if you're gonna do live action, please do it right.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think they're like, as much as Katie doesn't want to see a live action Tangled, they are adding Catherine Hahn as like I forgot the mother's name, like the
yeah.
stepmother.
Mhm.
But like, she's gonna play that witch essentially, and
Did that
I
movie
think
not
it's,
get? Did I hear that movie got cancelled?
no, not that I can
Oh,
tell.
sorry, no. There was a live action Robin Hood in production, I think, and they decided to cancel that. I think.
Speaking of which, I've never watched Robin Hood Men in Tights. I think it's what it's called, Men in Tights, right?
Never seen it. I'm not a big Robin Hood fan. I'm a big Archer fan, and I'm just like not a Robin Hood fan at all. Never really was. Don't I
But you're a
never
Lantern fan.
never
No,
really
no,
got.
you're a Green Arrow fan. Sorry.
I'm massive Green Arrow fan. Like, he's my favorite superhero, and then like I love like Hawkeye and stuff, and Kate Bishop, and I love watching like archery superheroes. But I've never been a Robin Hood fan. Maybe I just haven't watched the right Robin Hood movie or something. I don't know, but yeah, I
Maybe
know.
it's just not as heroic as you think it should be.
Didn't they do one with like Matt Damon in like 2015 or something? And like there was one with like your man Aegon Targaryen, what's your man's name? Aegon something, or oh my god, the dude who was in like oh, what's the movie called? Those British movies where he's like the secret agent or whatever. Oh my god, I can't think of the name of them right now. Anyway, there's some modern ones as well, and they just still don't jump out to me either. Like, so I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is.
I mean, it's fine. Like, you don't have to love everything. Just as long as you like what you like. I
That's
think
it.
that's what it
That's
boils
it,
down
man.
to, is you like what you
That's
like.
it. That's it. Um, I was gonna maybe talk about. I heard some like kind of rumors and stuff for like Doomsday and all, but I might I'll leave it for maybe a little more Marvel centric episode of the cast. I don't really want to kind of dive into it as well, and I want to give a proper kind of spoiler warning as well for people who might be listening to it as well before I potentially drop some what could be potential spoilers, but because some of these rumors that I hear end up being actual like plot leaks, so um, I'll hold off for now, but some of them are so cool. I'd love to talk to you about them.
Mhm.
just to kind of get your feel on some of this stuff. But yeah, we'll do it maybe during one of the Daredevil episodes. And just I'll give a good warning beforehand if anyone wants to mute or whatever, just in case they turn out to be true. Because like sometimes I tell my missus stuff and like I'd be like, oh, I heard this crazy rumor that like this might happen, and then when it does happen, I always see her kind of looking at me going like, fuck you for telling me that, like you just ruined it, because like that should we shouldn't have heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Connor, what's up, dude? Someone in the chat keeps talking about Epstein Island, bro. Like, just it's not even funny, man. It's not even funny. It's
just ignore him. Just ignore him.
It's just fucking idiotic. But yeah, no, I don't. I'll keep the spoilers to a minimum for now. What else am I watching just before we break for the week? Because we're almost at our usual like hour and a half time here, which I'm surprised. I didn't think we'd get this far this week. They released a trailer for Invincible season 4, which I thought was cool. I don't know when that's coming out, but it looks really good. Is that Lee? I don't know if you've seen the trailer. Is that Lee Pace doing that new character?
Sorry, for which character again?
There's a character like he's like the king of the Vultramites or whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, Thrag?
Yes, Thrag, yeah. Is he voiced by Lee Pace? Lee Pace has such a fucking great voice, man. Like I just like the second I heard it, I was like, yeah, it is Lee Pace. Thank you, Connor. The second I heard it, I was like, that sounds like Lee Pace, and it is absolutely brilliant.
The season coming up is going to be fucked up, man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It only gets worse.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I had to ban that guy. He was fucking pissing me off. Retard.
They're just being dumb.
Idiots. Hate them. He was cast because of his performance as Ronan in Marvel. Yeah. Like he's great in that. There's a really good show called Burn After. What is it called?
Burn After Reading?
Not Burn After Reading. That was a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
what is it called? Halt to Catch Fire. I'm like Burn. Halt to Catch Fire. Absolutely incredible show. Didn't really ever get like promoted over here, so I can't remember how I even heard about the show. It was never on like Irish TV or anything like that. I ended up just downloading it, but the show was like incredible, and I think it went for 4 seasons. Lee Pace is the main character in it, and it's set on the real story of the kind of race between like HP and a few of the other tech giants in the 80s trying to develop the first laptop. And it's like a Silicon Valley race to the top or whatever. And man, it is just so good. What's up, Sharky? How are you? Highly recommend watching that show. I don't know if you could probably stream it somewhere on one of the services that you have over there. It's probably somewhere. I'm sure you can search it and find it. I had to actually illegally download it at the time because it was unavailable. Halt to Catch Fire is the name of the show. Yeah, absolutely fucking brilliant. I really like your hat. Let's go.
I'm glad you like the hat, Sharky. Funny thing about that, and I wonder if I can turn off the green screen. The hat's not actually blue. It's like more of like a
Give us a look at the real hat. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So like if you notice, like it's a very minimal change up, but like you could tell like it's when you don't have I have a green screen, it tries to at least copy the appearance.
Yeah, it's like a teal color, yeah.
But then when you say I have a green screen, it's like completely clear, clean.
I like that color too. I'd wear it if it was that color.
Yeah, like if it was this color, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm down with this.
Yeah, give them the ideas.
Mariners teal, and it's the spring training 2026. I think. Can you see the?
Yeah, I can.
This way.
Other way.
Other way. Nope.
Other side. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else am I watching. Just before we break, I recommend checking out if you haven't seen it yet. The Beauty. It's a show on Hulu. It's from the creator of American Horror Story, Ryan Murphy. It's kind of like that Substance movie, but basically a TV show version of it, where there's like, this drug that they take and it turns them into beautiful people. It sounds ridiculous when I talk about it here, but it's actually really, really good. Halt to Catch Fire is an old one. Yeah. I think aired in like 2012 or 2014 or something like that. Like it's pretty old. Ted season 2 is good. I never watched the Ted series, but I love the Ted movies. I
I think
haven't
it's like
actually
a
watched the series.
prequel
It is. It's about
setup. Yeah.
yeah. It's like when Mark Wahlberg's character is a teenager in school or whatever, and Ted's going to school up. It sounds ridiculous, but I've seen some clips on TikTok and stuff, and it does look pretty funny. I might have to check it out at some point, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Um, a show that me and the missus are watching is The Pit. I haven't like we don't have HBO over here, so I've had to obtain the show in other ways. But we're catching up on that now. I think they're on season 2 at the moment, airing, but it's really good, really good.
Can't believe you don't have HBO.
Soon. I think it's coming to the UK, man. So I think we will be able to get it. I like if I wanted to sign up to it now, I wouldn't regionally be allowed to watch it in my country. So it's not
Mm.
my fault. I would pay for it if I could because I would love to be able to watch. Like I'd love to have Sopranos and Entourage and all these amazing HBO shows on one location to be able to watch them. But it's just not available here. It's not my fault. Um, Drive to Survive for any of the F1 fans as well is back. It's season 8, I think, is the latest one, which came out. So if you're an F1 fan, that's one to watch as well. Yeah, it's your fault you live over there. Hey man, leave it out. You know, this is where my family live. I'm close to my family. Yeah, we got region lock for a lot of shit over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 more days. I think it is coming to Ireland in 15 days, which is pretty cool. So I don't know how that's going to work. If I can add it to like my Apple subscription, that'd be kind of cool because I have like Paramount Plus on like my Apple subscription as well. They bundle that all together, so it's kind of nice to have that all together. But sure, if I have to get another app, like I suppose I can. It's so funny, like how much we pay for streaming services. Like it's insane. Like between all the streaming services that I pay for and like the internet, it's probably like 200 a month. Like it's insane. They'll get you one way or the other. They'll get you. It's through Sky. Yeah, so I don't know why Sky. So again, for people in the like in Europe and stuff, they probably know what we're talking about. But for people in the US, haven't got a clue. There's like cable packet. There's like a cable company called Sky who, like, at the moment, they do all the HBO stuff already anyway, but they just do it under their own umbrella called Sky Atlantic. Um, Sky's your monopoly. Yeah, like I think Sky have like exclusive rights to Formula One and stuff like that for like most of the world. I think if you live in the US, you can watch Formula One on the F1 app, but you have to pay like a crazy amount of money. Crave in Canada, I've heard about that, yeah. But basically, what's happening is Sky are getting like exclusively, hopefully not exclusively, but I think they're getting the opportunity to add like the HBO app to Sky, and you pay a subscription for HBO. But I find that to be kind of stupid because most of now you won't get the vast majority of the back catalog, but like all the new shows are already on Sky as part of Atlantic. So like I don't understand, like they're double charging people for the same shows. Like that sounds crazy. But I hope that I can just like sign up using the actual app because I think I will. I'll definitely test it for like if they have like a free month or whatever. I'll definitely do the free month and see how I like it because like some of my favorite shows are on HBO. You know, so it's a bit of a no brainer.
Dude,
Yeah.
the subscription services are getting so out of hand. I mean, I think there was a fallout between what was it, Disney or like YouTube TV. I think it was YouTube TV and like baseball. And so like they pulled their services, I think, from ESPN from YouTube TV, and now you have to go and buy packages. Like either you buy an MLB package for like out of network, and then you have to buy a package for your in network. So like we're fans of the Seattle Mariners, and I live in Washington, so we're in network. There's a few states that also are in network for the Mariners, but you literally have to buy Mariners.tv packaging to watch like all of their games.
Scum.
But if you want to watch other games outside of the network, you have to get MLB TV.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pertain to Mariners. So like out of network, you buy that. In network, you got to buy like the team that you're associated with.
Yeah. I signed up again. I because of the time zones and the time differences, I can very rarely watch hockey live. But this year I decided I'm going to sign up to NHL TV and I'm going to try and watch as many games as I can, and even just like maybe catch like the first period and then maybe go to sleep and check out the replays later. And typically, the first season that I buy it, like they are like playing one of the worst seasons since I've been a fan. Like it's horrendous. Like they're last in the league. It's fucking awful. So I was like, I'm canceling. I was like, I've just cursed the team by signing up to NHL TV. Like I'm blaming myself, And
I mean,
I canceled, bro. I was like, fuck this. I'm not paying for this shit. Like this is the worst season ever.
I mean, Michael Bublé is a Canadians fan, and he's still cheering them on.
Good for him. I'll still cheer on the Rangers, but I'm not paying to watch them if they're going to perform this badly. I will watch the highlights for free on YouTube or the NHL app. It's actually great for watching recaps of stuff and all.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I mean, even if my team starts heading further and further down, like I'm just happy to watch them. It's really fun watching them.
No, it is. But I feel like when for the Rangers, like 2023 was a big season. Like, they finished top of the league and got to the conference finals. Like they were on the right track, and it felt good. And then now for the last 2 seasons, they've absolutely shit the bed out of nowhere. So it's frustrating as a fan. That's all. It's just frustrating. Bublé is a Vancouver fan. God damn, the Canucks are the worst.
Is he Canucks? Right, okay, that was my bad. I thought I thought I was watching him watch the Canadian. You're right. Yes, it's the Canucks. Ah, God.
Yeah,
the namesakes get me all fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's okay. You were close.
Yeah, like
I was only somewhere in Canada. I was only looking at the table there last night, and like the poor Canucks, like they don't even have 20 wins this season. Like they are like literally the worst team in the league right now.
You think they're going to do like an overhaul? You think they're going to fire the coach and everything?
I don't know. Like, there's kind of a meme going on with the Rangers at the moment, like where it's like, they're tanking on purpose just to get to the bottom to, get into the lotteries for better picks and all this sort of stuff. And
that's absolutely a strategy.
Yeah, maybe it's a fuck you to the management to be like, we're not going to play for this team and this, you need to do something to change shit. But now, this week, I think they've decided, actually, let's start playing again. And they've won their last 3 games or something. Like, it's like demolished the Flyers the other night, like 6-2. And they got a fucking shutout win against the Flames last night as well. Like, it's like, guys, I thought we were tanking on purpose here. What are you doing? Like, now you decide to play when it means nothing now, It's just silly. I don't understand it.
Well, and then, like, you get to the point.
I love hockey, man, but it pisses me off sometimes. It's crazy.
Well, I get that. And I mean, as much as I'm a fan of, like, I started becoming a fan of hockey like early last year, and I'm having a good time. I don't think, like, for me personally, I don't necessarily get too overwhelmed. I will be sad if they can't make it to the playoffs. Like, they're so close to at least being a wild card to get in, but I think that just enjoying the games and having fun is like kind of like the main thing for me. Do I want them to win? Do I want them to get all the way to the end? Absolutely. So it was the same thing for the Seahawks. We were like so thinking that we were going to be done by the time we got to the Rams, or by the time we got to, the Patriots are going to be like, oh, here we go again. We're going to have like some weird fuck up. We're going to lose. But, we pulled through. We did a good job. Like, I kept my faith, like in their work and whatnot. But like, once we lost Charbonnet, it was like, oh my God. But then Kenneth Walker was like, I got this shit. And then now he's like making tons of money. I think he was like, he's a free agent right now. I think he got signed over somewhere.
Yeah.
But like the players that I'm interested in, like Rashid Shaheed, like he's signed in for another 3 years with the Seahawks, which means my jersey's going to still be valid,
Cool. Yeah.
So like I'm gonna have a good time like for the NFL when they come back around. I just got into baseball, so like I'm wearing the hat. I got a Cal Raleigh jersey, which is in my opinion a safe route to go, because like Cal's a really strong player, and he's very popular amongst the people because he's he already has a nickname. He's the big dumper. He gets like apparently he had over 60 home runs in the past season. And so like I'm like, okay, I'll at least rep him. And I kind of want to maybe get Rodriguez because like he's also a One Piece fan.
Cool.
And so like I'm like, cool. So like that's Yeah, I could tack off of him. He was like, I gotta send you the video. It was him on Twitter, and he's like, oh shit. And he pulls up and it's a One Piece jersey, and he's like, "We're having a One Piece night on the 31st of March." And I'm like, I run over to Katie. I'm like, Katie, I'm gonna buy tickets right now. We're gonna go see a Mariners game on the 31st. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I work that day. And I'm like, figure it out.
You're calling sick.
Well, and she took 2 days off. She's like, it's the first of the fucking month. I got to work my job like on the first of the month. I can't just take the next day off. And she's like, we're gonna have to stay at my sister's place, and I'm gonna have to work from there. I'm like, well, fuck. Now I got to take my laptop. So I'm like, fuck it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna take your family with us. So I got like 3 more tickets, and hopefully they can all go together. If not, then we have seats. We can put our shit on.
That's cool, dude. That's cool. That's cool, man. It's exciting when you like start getting into new sports and stuff. And like I'll never forget when I went to my first hockey game. Like I've loved hockey like most of my life. Like, but it's never really something I had much access to over here growing up. But I always loved it. I always loved watching like hockey movies and stuff like that. And then my sister moved over to New York, and then when I started going over there once a year, like I was like, went to my first game, and I was like, yeah, look, I'm gonna be like, I'm a Rangers fan, like. And then again, like, as well, like I was born in Connecticut, and they're like AAHL team are like the Wolf Pack from Connecticut, like from New Haven, like from where I was born. So I was like,
you have like a local team.
It's kind of naturally like kind of landing that I would support the Rangers. Like, and then I started going over to New York once a year, and I was going to a game in Madison Square like once a year, and it was just like cemented in. Like I fucking love this. Like, and then again started watching all the highlights to every single game. Started trying to catch all the live games that I could, and it's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's great. It's such a good sport. Such a good sport.
Absolutely. I mean, I went to my first WHL game. I think sometime late last year. First game I went to, man. I don't remember if I'm pretty sure I told you about this. First game I went to, it's the Spokane Chiefs versus the Portland Winterhawks.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down. Katie sat down. We're waiting for like her family to show up because I was like, you know what? Let's go see the game. I've never been to one. Let's go. We got seats on the away team side near their tunnel.
Yeah.
So we were basically sitting next to where they can hear us if we wanted to heckle them.
Oh God.
But we're like, I'm not that kind of person. I think I know that other people were, but I just thought it would be nice to be on the attacking side so that we could see when they get their goals. Mm-hmm. Sat down within the first minute of sitting down, this tall, long-haired guy with some glasses, he gets up and he starts walking up the steps. Then he gets into my face and he goes, "Portland sucks." And I'm like, yeah, man, like, sure. Like,
oh, dude, it's so funny.
I was like, holy shit. And he's like on the side. And I like, it's so fucking good, man. Then, family comes in. We're all sitting down. We're all getting settled. Then some other people start coming in and filling up the seats and whatnot. The game starts. Within the first 10 seconds of the game, the Chiefs score immediately.
Oh, God.
And it was fucking pandemonium. And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh shit, there's a victory dance and shit. Like there's they play that one song. And it's like, hell yeah. So like at the end of it, it's like Chiefs, and you're chanting and whatnot. I'm wearing all the colors because I'm like, well, I rep, like I want to rep the local team.
Yeah.
And I'm just like having a ball, dude. Like their goalie was shit. And I don't know what the policy is or like what the etiquette is in terms of like having your goalie, but like when the game ends and it's 8-2, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why didn't you pull your goalie and like try to change it out?
Yeah.
They just kept the same goalie the whole time, and they just kept scoring on him. And like the dude in front of us was yelling over at the away team. And it's like, your fucking goalie sucks. They can't shit. Like,
man, it's such a different culture. Like, and it was such a culture shock to me when I went over there that the first game I ever went to, when I sat down, I was sitting beside somebody from the away team. I think the first game I went to was against Winnipeg, and I was sitting beside a Winnipeg fan, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I turned to like my like our family friends from New York. Like, I was like, I was like, dude, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this dude sitting beside me? Like, what the hell's happening? Like, and then I started looking around and I was like, oh my God, there's like away fans here. Like, what the hell's happening? So, like, because in football over here, like soccer, like, it is like forbidden. Like, you are not allowed to sit with the home fans if you're an away person and opposite, and like vice versa. Like, you just can't do it. Like, there's lines of police that like split the crowds because they will kill each other. Like, and like, literally, I was only down at my dad's house the other day, and like, he's a big Scotland football fan, like, and he like supports Celtic, like they're religiously, like, they're his team, and they're playing like against their big rivals, who's Glasgow Rangers, and they're the two best teams in the league, and they're always back and forth with each other. They're both from the same city, which is Glasgow in Scotland, and the two teams fucking kill each other. It's like Protestant versus Catholic. It's red versus, or it's green versus fucking blue. Like, it's bed into them from childhood. Like, these are the enemy. You fucking kill them if you see them. Like, if you walk around certain parts of Glasgow wearing green, you're in a blue zone. You could get killed. Like, you could die. Like, it's crazy. Like, and then just the opposite of that, like literally sitting beside people from the opposite team and like having fun with them and having the crack with them. And, like, I was like, cheering this dude, like, when there was like mad shit happening in the game. And I remember the last game that I went to, I think we were playing the Flyers, and there was like these two girls sitting beside us, and your one turned around and started like heckling me because the Flyers were beating us. And I was like kind of half drunk, and I was just kind of like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, the game's not over yet. I was going mad. And she was wearing this Flyer hat. And I kind of jokingly said when it went into overtime, and I'm like going, yeah, I was like going mad. And I turned to your one and I said, hey, if we beat you in overtime, can I have your hat? And she like stood up and like they moved. Like, I don't know if they thought I was getting real like aggressive or whatever. But
yeah, like rowdy.
I was just joking. Like, I was like, give us your hat if we win. Like, and then we win, and I'm looking for her, and I'm like, where is she? She's gone. Like, they just like ran away. Like, when the game was over. Like, so it was so funny. But man, I have to show you, just to kind of put this into perspective. Let me show you what happened after this football game the other day. Let me see, can I share this? I hope YouTube don't give out. But this was literally, the game went to penalties, and Celtic scored every single goal, like, so they didn't miss a goal. And this is what happens after the game. So again, big rivalry. Can you see? Is it freezing for you?
It's like getting a little choppy. Yeah.
Hang on, sorry. Let me just take it off HD, maybe put it in 720.
Yeah, turn down the quality a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
So, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, doesn't really matter. Like, they're all celebrating. They've won the game. That's their manager, Martin O'Neill. He's an Irish hero. So, all the boys coming out. Look, these are all the Rangers fans. No, they're Rangers fans that stormed the pitch wearing fucking balaclavas. And they're like, look, Palestine flags, green smoke going off everywhere.
Holy
all the
shit.
fans have burst onto this fucking thing. Police everywhere. There's fans getting pictures with the players. Like, oh, this is really wholesome. This is cool. I don't mind this sort of stuff. But wait till you see what happens here with the Rangers fans. So this guy, see what's happening here?
Yeah.
These guys in the black coats are like the coaches for the team and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
A Rangers fan, like from the opposite team, has come onto the pitch, jumped in and tried to attack these guys. And look, he's getting battered. Like, well, he like literally swung for one of the coaches. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, it's like, this is what I hate about the sport. Like, and look, they're all like throwing flares into the crowd, like trying to set the place on fire and everything. Like it's like a war zone, man. It is insane. And like, this is what goes on in the pitch. I'd say some people could have potentially died outside after. Like, I'd say it was insanity. Like, they'd be killing each other outside.
Sports just create this like animosity with people because like they're like, we're better than you, and it's like, go fuck yourself. It's like, oh man,
us versus them. Look at here, there's all the boys like storming and everything. Now they're all like, I think there's more police coming. Look at the amount of cops. Now all the boys are like, shit, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Look at that, like just lines of police everywhere. But that's what I grew up knowing sport as. So for me, like when I'm sitting somewhere and like I'm sitting right beside a fan from the other team, it's just insane, man.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm so used to sport being like that. And that's why, like, as a kid, like I stopped playing sport because like our teams would like get in fights after games and stuff like that. Like, and I remember we played a game against a team from a really rough area, and like we could see after the game they were all waiting for us with like bats and shit, and they were gonna like fucking hospitalize us. And I'm just not playing this anymore. Like I was just like, I'm not like taking my life into my own hands to play a game. Like I was like,
Yeah, it's
shit's just not
not worth it
worth
at
it.
that
Like,
point.
and like grown men as well, like grown men acting like that as well. Like, you know, like this, like you'll always hear it, like, you know, dads of like young players on the team, like threatening other dads on the other team and all this sort of stuff. It's like, man, calm down. It's a fucking game. Like, it's crazy.
But like, I mean, I guess it's just the passion of seeing your team like finally make it to the end
And
of things. And
I get it. I get it. I do. But I would never cause physical harm because of it. Like,
yeah, like it's not worth it.
no. Have you seen that film, Green Street? It's kind of about football hooliganism in the UK, but your man Charlie Hunnam is in it. It's before he got the role in Sons of Anarchy, and the funniest casting in it is Elijah Wood is in it, the dude who played Frodo in the Lord of the Rings, but he's playing like a football hooligan, like, but he's an American who moved to the UK, and he's getting introduced to the culture and stuff. Man, it's if you can find it on streaming, it's called Green Street. Check it out, man. It's actually it's a pretty good film, but it really kind of goes into the whole like firm rivalries they call it. Like, so like they'd have like these gangs in the UK, and like if you're, say you're like a Millwall fan, like if you follow the Millwall team, you could be like one of the Millwall thugs and you'd be part of the firm, and you kind of have to kick the shit out of people and make your, you know, like get a reputation for yourself and build your way up in this like gang basically. And then
Yeah.
they follow the football schedule around, but they go to the matches to fight the other fans. Like, it's firm versus firm. Like, it's like Fight Club basically. Like, but all this shit happens in real life. Like, and like that thing I just showed you there right now, outside that stadium after that game, there would just be hundreds of fights. Like, that's what's happening. Like, it's,
Right.
and then like, you know, if the Celtic guys kick the shit out of the Rangers guys, and then it's like, you know, it all goes down probably on social media and in WhatsApp groups and all. It's like, yeah, we kicked the fuck out of you and all. Like, we hospitalized one of your best guys and all this shit. Like, it's literally an entire fight culture. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Um, before we kick off, the last thing I wanted to mention about sports is the rugby team, the Seattle Seawolves. I'm
Yeah.
also thinking about getting into rugby. So like that's, I think, later on in a month or two, I think.
I'm not just saying this because I'm Irish or whatever, but rugby is so much better than American football.
I've
Like,
never
so
experienced it, so
much
I want to
better.
check it out.
So much better. The game is so much quicker paced. It's more aggressive. It's faster. There's way fewer breaks in the game. Like, American football is so frustrating to watch as a European because it's just like every 10 minutes or 10, what am I saying? 10 minutes, 10 seconds, it feels like the game is stopping and it goes to an ad break and it's crazy. Like, you know, rugby's not like that as much at all. Um, and again, there's no pads or anything like that. These dudes are just like straight killing each other in t-shirts and shorts. Like, you know, it's wild. And like they
Is the
do like,
ball is the ball larger too?
yeah, the ball's bigger, yeah. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't really hold the ball in one hand and you wouldn't really
You have
throw it
to.
as much in one hand. So they would kind of cusp the ball with two hands and they kind of shove it or like, you know, throw it. And there's not really, so I think the only way, again, I'm not a big rugby expert, so I probably sound a bit like an idiot right now, but as far as I know, you can't. So in American football, like, you obviously you can do like forward passing and you can do Hail Marys and all this shit, and that creates like really cool plays and stuff. In rugby, you have to pass the ball backwards. If you're throwing the ball, it has to go back to a teammate. You can't pass the ball
Mhm.
forward. The only way that you can pass forward in rugby, I believe, is if you choose to kick the ball, but you are choosing to give away possession. So they'll kick down.
Mm.
So like a kickoff, they could do a kickoff mid game, but that would be them forfeiting possession of the ball to
Gotcha.
get it out of the danger zone or whatever, you know. But there's no
I
forward
think.
passing in rugby, so you'll always see. It's just so cool to watch, like when the players are making a run, because every player like on the opposing team will just be edging to take that one guy out. And so the ball, you'll notice, will always start like the ball, like the play will always go towards the one of the edges of the field, but the
Mhm.
ball always kind of like starts passing its way back to the center, and then there's a big fight in the middle, and
I'm
then
still
they
here. Hold on.
make their way out to the side again, and then that's how they usually do their runs along the sidelines or whatever. You know, it's rare you kind of see runs in the middle of the field because there's just so many players all bunched up in the middle trying to take each other out.
Oh, jeez, what is this?
It's a fun sport to watch.
Hello? What? How? This one? What am I doing? This guy. Oh my god.
I thought I was hearing like a Discord call.
I
Holy
gotta take a shower. So if you want to keep chatting,
that is so funny,
okay.
man.
can I see my phone real quick?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
Man,
Hi,
what a moment.
Finto.
What
Hello.
a moment, man. Hello there, sir. I
Hi.
could not believe what I was hearing. I was like, is he on a call with Mex? I was like, I hear Mex in the background. What the fuck is happening?
No,
That is hilarious,
his
dude.
birthday's this weekend, so we're going out to a hockey game tonight.
Hell yeah, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you been,
Whoa,
man?
this is good. This is crazy. There's a lot.
What's his setup look like? I've never seen his
It's
setup from like your perspective.
3 monitors, 2 cameras. It's nice. Green screen.
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah,
don't know, I guess he heard me come in. Hiya.
dude. That's so funny, dude. I'm
Uh,
gonna have to clip this out and put it on Discord or something like that because, like, I think there's a good few people that know you from the stream that probably have never seen you before.
yeah,
Because you
probably.
don't stream a cam anymore either.
Yeah, it's like once in the blue moon I will. Like whenever
Yeah.
I feel like turning it on. I have it all hooked up and stuff still, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Nice. Well, how did it
Is
go?
is it an NHL game you're going to, or is this a AHL or whatever, or what is it? What kind of
It's
game?
I think just
Local teams?
local. Yeah, local teams. Yeah.
Cool. Man,
Mhm.
I'd say they're even better, like in some cases, because I'd say it's a lot like rougher and stuff. Like, because obviously, you know, I think in the NHL they really try not to fight as much and stuff. Whereas I'd say these young guys in like these like small leagues are kicking the shit out of each other and everything. So I'd say
Yeah.
you're probably gonna have a great night. That's
Yeah.
cool. Will
My
you be
first
will you be
ever
drinking?
honky game. Yeah. I ate a good little healthy meal, so I could probably have a beer or two.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's
Oh
for his
man,
birthday too, so I was like, I gotta have at least one beer with him.
you're about to become a hockey fan now as well. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
first
I
ever
just
hockey
know
game I ever been
I
to.
know it's gonna happen, man. I know it. Who would you support if you were gonna support an NHL team? Would you like stay local to where you are now, or would you like support a California team?
I don't know. I don't really know too many hockey teams now that I think about it. I know
Well, there's
there's
LA Kings,
okay.
and then there'd be like the San Jose Sharks. If you were like
Yeah.
you were SoCal though, right? Were you?
Yeah. So I think
Probably
like
LA probably makes
I
more
think like
sense.
Kings would be one of them.
Yeah,
If
Kings would
not,
probably be your like local team.
I know Pacific Northwest has a couple teams, at least
There's
one or
the
two.
Ducks as well, the Mighty Ducks or Anaheim.
Yeah. Yep.
That could be
Anaheim.
one.
I'm
That's
trying to think what else.
like a couple of like I support the Rangers and a couple of the Rangers are in our Ducks now. So Sharky's always like to me, oh, you should support the Ducks now because that's where all your players have gone. I'm like, nah, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my team. I can't really change now, you know. But I
Yeah.
wish them all the best.
It would probably be like an LA team. If not, I think Washington has one, right? Isn't it?
Alex supports the Kraken. They're the Seattle team. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. There it was. I was trying to think what other team there was. And then
that's probably
is the Red Wings a hockey team?
yeah. They're Detroit.
Detroit. Okay. Because I know my buddy has like a lot of Red Wings hats, so I was trying to like I know nothing about hockey, so everything today is gonna be all new to me. The seats he got, like when he I was trying to get tickets for the kids too, because I was gonna try to bring them with me.
Yeah,
but I couldn't snag the same row, so I was like, I'm just like my roommate's watching him, they're hanging out with him playing video games and stuff. But
cool.
where he got us, we're gonna be like right up
Center
front.
ice. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's so cool, man.
So I'm like, that's kind of cool. It's gonna be a little experience. I think we're like the second row, like right behind like the first row.
You're gonna be hearing like the skates, like even like so I've sat like pretty high up in Madison Square Garden, and even in like a big stadium like that, you can still hear them skating. You can hear like the puck hitting the sticks and everything, and it's just it's a different experience, man. Like it really is. Like even just being there and like like hearing the hits of them, you know, checking each other and smashing into each other. And as I say, because it's not like a televised like big NHL game, you're probably going to see some fights. You might see like some really like hard tackles and stuff like that, and a really aggressive and physical game. So like you're probably seeing the best possible thing for your first game, like honestly, because like there's some of the games that I've gone to, like they've lost. Like I think I've only seen the Rangers win live once. Like they've lost every other game that I've been to, but it's still amazing to be there. But you know, like I've never seen a fight live either. Like they've never had a fight in Madison Square Garden when I've been there. So I've never
Mhm.
actually physically seen a fight in real life. Which sucks. And then like when you're watching all the replays and stuff like that, like the NHL don't even air the fights and the replays anymore. Like they don't want to really publicize it as much anymore. They're trying to move away from the fighting side of it. Which sucks because I love it. I love it. I love all
I
that.
think
I
that's
think
like
it's
a huge part of like hockey.
yeah,
Like
it is.
I know when Alex was asking me about it, I was like, oh, I was like, do they still like fucking like do they still fight? Like, do they still go at it?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh yeah, he's like all the time. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So
Yeah, no, they
hoping
do.
I see
Like,
something.
because they used to have like a player on the team whose like official position was enforcer. So they would literally just go on and kick the shit out of people. Like that was their only job on the team to go in and fight. Like, you know,
The
so
muscle.
like, you know, yeah, literally like your
Yeah.
best player gets like a bad tackle and then like they'd send the enforcer in to take that person out of the game. It's like he fucked up our
That's-
best player. You go and like break his teeth. Like, you know, like
That's
that
crazy.
was official, bro.
Oh my god.
So like it's funny because like the Rangers got a player who's like this young guy who's like this big like 6'7" giant guy and he likes to fight. So everyone's like, oh, the enforcers are back, and all the fans like love him straight away because he kind of unofficially is the enforcer of the team because like when he first started, like they were sending him in to fight everybody, like, and he got really badly injured, so he's not really fighting as much right now. But it's just funny to see.
Like who enforces when the enforcer gets injured, you know?
This is the thing, but like like half of those guys are like brutes anyway, so
kind of like built
like,
for it, the contact. Yeah,
they're all massive, bro. They're huge. Like it doesn't really look like it on TV when you're watching it, but like these guys are all like 6'2", 6'3", built like brick shit houses. Like they're just like going around fucking people up there. Like they're some of the toughest people in sport, like for sure. Yeah, it's great, man. I can't wait to hear what you think. Like, let me know.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%. You're going live tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow. Yeah, and
we'll talk about it tomorrow. If you're playing Arc, I'll jump in there with you.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm gonna end this live for people that are watching live now. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel, I'll do all that usual like and subscribe and all that beautiful stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.